Magandang araw, ako po si Sir Ariel, ang ALS lover ng Edtech Unit. Narito po ako para sa isang napakagandang balita at upang magpaalala na ang kinabukasan ay mas gaganda at uunlad kung ang lahat ay patuloy na mag-aaral. Sa edukasyon sa ating bansa, tiyak na walang maiiwanan sa pag-abot ng mga pangarap. Kaya naman ang Department of Education ICT's Educational Technology Unit at Alternative Learning System Task Force ay nagtutulungan sa pagkakaroon ng ALS Tech Empowerment Program upang maihatid ang excellent quality education sa ating mga ALS learner and teachers. To easily deliver the lessons from the modules and other references, we will provide tablet PC as part of the DepEd computerization program to all ALS teachers and orientation on the use of these packages. To deepen the pedagogical use of information and communications and technology in delivering instructions, there are training workshops on the use and curation of open educational resources or OER, Google and Microsoft productivity tools, creation of video lessons using PowerPoint presentations and KineMaster, and on ebook or e-magazine development. To create an avenue for remedial lessons that is open to all learners, teachers, and parents, we will have the ETUlay free online tutorial and mobile ETUlay, where we will visit remote schools to feature the best practices of our ALS teachers and learners. Sa mga out-of-school youth and adult, laging tatandaan na may pag-asa upang makapagpatuloy sa pag-aaral. May ALS para sa inyo. Ang edukasyon ay para sa lahat. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, para sa guro. Sulong Edukalidad.
Magandang araw, Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng ICT's Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del P. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Ayan. So magandang buhay sa ating lahat. And it's Friday once again. It's 4:40 p.m. So it's GenMath time. Para sa ating mga senior high school students, it's General Mathematics time. So ihanda na ang inyong mga kwaderno, ballpen at lapis at sabay-sabay tayong matuto sa araw na ito. Ako po si inyong tutor Romel, ang gagabay sa inyo tungo sa isang panibagong kaalaman tungkol sa asignaturang General Mathematics. Ayan, bati-bati muna tayo sa ating mga viewers ngayon. Ayan, hello kay Miss Daichi Audrian Jushel M. Vallejo. Ayan, mula sa aming paaralan sa San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtutok. Hello rin kay Nigel Mercado. At good day po kay Lee Minhe. Ayan, so just keep on commenting and just keep on sharing. So mapapanood na rin tayo sa Department of Education YouTube page. So ayan, so pwede rin kayong manood po doon. And of course, live na live pa rin tayo sa DepEd Edtech Unit, FB page and YouTube page, at sa FB page ng DepEd tayo. Ayan. So magsimula na po tayo. So mamaya, babati pa tayo ng mga nag-comment dito sa ating session ngayong araw. Ayan. Just keep on commenting and of course, just keep on sharing our live for today. Okay? So, sama-sama tayo. Ayan. So welcome to General Mathematics. So we are down to third quarter, week 4. Okay? And today is April 23, 2021. So ayan nga po, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtutok at ang ating pag-uusapan po ngayong araw ay patungkol sa inverse function. O ayan, tingnan nga po natin. Dear students, parents, and teachers, meron po ba tayong idea about inverse function? Tingnan nga po natin. Ayan, habang nag-aabang tayo ng inyong mga sagot, keep on commenting kung ano po ang inyong idea about inverse function. Sige nga po. Ayan, bago tayo magsimula ng ating lesson, pahingi naman po ako ng inyong idea kung meron po kayong idea about inverse function. Ayan, tingnan po natin. Ayan, so tingnan natin kung meron ng mga nag-comment. Ayan, so hello. Ayan, hello po from Tuburan National High School. Ayan, may mga nagko-comment na rin dito ng kanilang mga classmates. Siguro to, tinatag ni Janela May Alvarez Silva. Ayan, sabi naman ni Daichi M. Vallejo, ang ating inverse function is also known as a reverse function. Sige, tingnan natin. But bago tayo magpatuloy, let us have the learning objectives for today. So here are our objectives. So at the end of this lesson, you are expected to, number 1, represent real-life situation using one-to-one function. Number 2 is to determine the inverse of one-to-one function. Number 3 is to represent an inverse function through its letter A, table of values, and letter B through its graph. Number 4 is to find the domain and range of an inverse function. And the last objective for today is to solve problems involving inverse function. Ayan, so excited na ba kayo? Tara na, mag-umpisa na tayo. Okay, so nais ko po pala muna magpasalamat sa aking classmate nung college, Mr. John Lyndon Fabella, na author ng module na aking reference para sa ating lesson ngayon sa ating ETUlay. Okay, so according to worldometer.info, the current number of world's population is around 7.8 billion. Okay? So napakarami na palang tao sa mundo, no? With this number, how can we be different from one another? Okay, but there is always a saying, di ba, that everyone is unique. Ayan, so maraming salamat. May mga nagtatag dito ng kanilang mga kaklase. So just keep on commenting, sharing, okay, our live for today. So someone once said, I believe that every person has uniqueness, something that nobody else has. Well, science proves that uniqueness such as DNA, okay, di ba? Unique to sa bawat isa sa atin. Fingerprints and the pattern of iris in each eye, and even our voice is unique, in which no one has the same traits that we have. Okay? So in mathematics, the uniqueness where a single person is characterized to his unique trait is what we call or is called as a one-to-one function. Okay. Ayan na. So let us have this given real-life example. Okay. For example, okay, ito familiar to sa ating mga students, yung tinatawag na Learner's Reference Number or LRN to a student. Okay, what do you think? Is it an example of one-to-one function? Sige nga po, habang ako ay naghihintay ng inyong mga sagot. Okay, first example natin once again, Learner's Reference Number or LRN to a student. Okay, is it an example of one-to-one function or not? Okay, so dyan tayo magsisimula ng discussion ng ating inverse function sa one-to-one function. Okay, so hello. Kila Charis, Joy, Jesalva, Carlos. Ayan. Kay Melron Antonio, Elora Teristrono, and Angelica Nunez. Ayan, maraming salamat po sa inyong mga pagtutok. Ayan, just keep on tagging your classmate, your friends. Ayan, sabi ni Janela May and Daichi, ayan, yes daw. It is a real example. Learner's reference number to a student, it is an example of one-to-one function. Tingnan nga natin. Yes, it is a one-to-one function because a student cannot have two LRNs. Okay, so etong si LRN corresponds to a single student. Okay, next. How about a person to its citizenship? Sige nga po. Ayan, meron na tayong nanonood mula sa Buting Senior High School. Hello po sa mga taga Buting Senior High School. Si Thea Marie Flores Oquias. Ayan, maraming salamat sa iyong pagtutok. Ayan, si Ana Soreda rin ay nanonood mula sa Buting Senior High School. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtutok. Ayan, nakaka-overwhelm naman po. So katatapos lang kasi ni Sir Erwin kanina, no, sa basic calculus. So maraming salamat sa pagtutok mula sa mga taga-Buting Senior High School. Ayan. So paki-share na rin ang ating video. Okay, sige nga po, a person to its citizenship. Sige nga po, is it an example of one-to-one function? Yes or no? Nako, nakaka-overwhelm naman talaga ang mga taga-Buting Senior High School. Ang dami nila. Okay. Hello rin kay Kylie Nicole watching from Tarlac City, Burot Integrated School. Ayan, so a person to its citizenship, it is not a one-to-one function since a person, ayan, can have dual citizenship. Tama ang sagot ni Alvin Mark Gumban at ni Janela May Alvarez Silva. Ayan, maraming salamat. Ay, ang dami talaga nanonood from Buting. Ayan. Sabi naman ni Daichi, it is one-to-many function. Thank you, Daichi. Ayan. Sabi rin ni Geraldine, no daw. Ayan. Hello din sa aking professor, Ma'am Emma Hayeta Gonsalvo, na ngayon ay aking colleague na from Rizal High School naman si Ma'am. Hello. Ayan, may attendance daw ba mga taga-Buting? Maraming salamat. Ako'y na-overwhelm po sa inyong lahat na pagtutok. Ayan, so kasi ang mga taga-division of Pasig City, ngayon pa lang sila kumukuha ng General Mathematics. So just keep on sharing and commenting. Maraming salamat po. Okay, how about this one? This example, TV station and frequency. Is it an example of one-to-one function or not? Sige, tingnan natin. Parang ang daming nanonood na UMS at ICT. Grade 11 students from Buting Senior High School. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Okay, sige, hintayin ko po ang inyong mga sagot. TV station and frequency. Is it an example of one-to-one function? Okay, sabi ni Jean Gon, sana tama yung pag-pronounce ko ng name. Eliza Wayne V. Yes po, tingnan natin. So, that's correct. Okay, sabi rin ni Janela, it is an example of one-to-one function. Tama rin ang sagot ni Ira. It is a one-to-one function due to no two TV station shares the same frequency. Ayan, merong mga nagpapa-idol dito. Hello. Talaga nakaka-overwhelm po ang inyong panonood. So in general, how are we going to define a one-to-one function? So we say that a function is one-to-one if the same y values is never paired with two or more different x values. Okay, tandaan po natin yan, ha? Okay, so let's proceed to this figure. We have figure number 1. Okay, sige nga, ano kayang tawag dito sa arrow diagram na ito? Ayan, hello din. Yan sa lahat ng mga sumasagot. Ayan, from your I guess this is grade 8 lesson, no? Okay, sige nga, anong tawag dito sa ating figure number 1? What kind of arrow diagram is this? And is this a one-to-one function? How about our figure number 2? Sige nga po, hintayin ko inyong mga sagot. Is it a one-to-one function also? Okay. Sige nga po. So figure number 1 is, ayan, nakaka-overwhelm talaga. Ang daming nanonood ngayon mula sa Buting Senior High School, Rizal High School, San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School, at sa iba't ibang panig pa ng mundo. Ayan. So this is an example of one-to-one function because remember in our given definition, okay, same y values is never paired with 2 or more different x values. So, sikat na sikat to sa mga kabataan. Yung mga stick to one, yun pala ang one-to-one function. O, di ba? Sana all stick to one. Okay, shout out sa mga stick to one dyan. Okay. Ayan, sabi naman ayan, ang daming mga sumasagot ni Alwin Mark Gamban. It's a one-to-one function. How about figure number 2 po? Ayan, sabi rin ni Elora. Ayan, habang dumadami talaga ang nagko-comment from Buting Senior High School. Maraming salamat po. Okay, so figure number 2, okay, it is not a one-to-one function. Okay, why? Okay, because it is a many-to-one. In fact, it's not a function nga eh. Is it a function? Okay, it is a function, but it is not a one-to-one function. Okay, because, okay, as you can see, si 2 na range, na fair siya sa kay E at F. Okay, so this is an example of many to one, okay, or one to many, okay. Next, ayan, maraming salamat Gideon, kay Daichi, kay Geraldine, kay Kylie na sumagot ngayong araw. Ayan, many to one daw siya, no? Many to one, no? Many to one, many values of x is being paired to one values of range. Okay. So, let us now proceed naman sa ating table of values. Which of the following sets represent one-to-one function? Okay? Ayan. Ang dami na talaga nagko-comment. Figure number 2 is not a one-to-one function, sabi ni Darian. Okay. Sabi naman ni Jerwin Vidal, okay, figure 2 daw is not a one-to-one function also. Sabi naman ni John Lloyd Nunez Morales, it is never paired to only one. Nako, parang may humuhugot doon may hinihugot doon si John Lloyd. It is never paired to only one daw. Okay? Yan pakishare po talaga itong ating ETUlay session ngayon. So which of the following sets represent one-to-one function? Okay, sabi ni Daichi at ni Sherin, at ni John Lloyd Nunez Morales, set B po. Ayan, sabi rin ni RJ. Ayan, sige po, just keep on commenting. Okay. So, let us have this definition or discussion. Both sets, tignan natin ha, both sets are considered function. Tignan natin kung tama yung mga sagot ninyo. Sabi nyo set B. But set A does not represent a one-to-one function. Okay? Since, ano kaya mga coordinates ang nag-fail? Bakit siya ay hindi example of one-to-one function? Tingnan natin ha. Since 1, negative 2 and 5, negative 2, okay, shares the same y value. Okay? Kung i-review natin kanina, di ba? Kailangan daw stick to 1 para masabi natin na one-to-one function. Okay. Which is negative 2. Okay, now, ayun, tama ang mga sagot nila. Ang daming sumasagot ng tama. Set B, correct. So, set B represents one-to-one function since no y values paired to 2 or more different x values. Now, let's proceed to the next slide. Paano naman kapag in-invert natin? Okay, Tutor Romel, anong ibig sabihin ng invert? Ibig sabihin, yung mga range natin, which are the set of y values, yun yung magiging x values natin. Okay? Yung mga x values natin kanina, yun naman yung mga magiging y values natin. Kaya ganito yung naging itsura ng ating set of ordered pairs. Ganon rin sa set B. Okay. Now, will the result still represent a function? Tingnan natin, ha? Okay. Will the result still represent a function? Sige nga po. Ayan. So, hintayin natin yung sagot ng ating mga kababayan, ng ating mga estudyanteng active active ngayon, lalong-lalo na yung mga taga-buting. Talagang nais kong i-shoutout ang mga taga-buting sa kanilang active participation ngayon. So as we observe that the inverse of set A does not represent a function, well, the inverse of set B is still a function and still one-to-one. Okay? So what we can conclude, or what can we conclude? So which we conclude that if a function has an inverse, that is still a function. Tandaan natin yan ha. The inverse of a one-to-one function is still a one-to-one function. Okay? Sabi ni Alwin, A is not a function. Sabi naman ni Janela May Alvarez Silva, set A is not a function, while set B is a function and still one-to-one. Ayan. Maraming salamat po. Just keep on commenting. Okay? Ayan. Okay. So proceed tayo sa next part of our slide. So we have this definition. When we try to invert a function, if the x and y values of a one-to-one function are interchanged, the result is still a function. But if the x and y values of a function that is not one-to-one are interchanged, the result is no longer a function. Ayan. Maraming salamat po. Okay, next. Let us have this discussion. Let us discuss this one. Inverse function in most general sense are function that reverses. Tama yung sinabi ni Daichi kanina, no? The inverse function, reverse function. So inverse function in most general sense are function that reverses another function. So for example, we want to convert 30 degrees to degree Fahrenheit. O, ayan ha. Anong formula ang ginagamit natin? Okay, tingnan nga natin kung meron pa nakakaalala. Okay, pa-comment nga ng ating formula when we are changing degree Celsius to degree Fahrenheit sa ating mga manonood. So it's from, I guess it's from grade 11 lesson, no? Grade 7 lesson. Okay, so this is the formula. Now we have degree or the Fahrenheit is equal to 9/5 Celsius plus 32. Okay, so if we have 30 degrees Celsius, papasok natin siya dun sa formula para magkaroon tayo ng output na degree Fahrenheit. So 9/5 times 30 degrees plus 32. Okay, sige nga po, ano kayang sagot? Okay, tingnan natin ha. It's 86 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, mag-comment kayo ha kapag tama yung inyong mga sagot. Pagpareho tayo ng sagot. Okay, next. So we can say that 30 degrees Celsius is of course equal to 86 degree Fahrenheit. Suppose we want to know the equivalence of 86 degree Fahrenheit into degrees Celsius. Okay, assuming we don't know the answer, which is 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we are going to invert the formula of degree Fahrenheit to degree Celsius, which is F minus 32 times 5/9. Okay, so we are now able to find the equivalence of degree Fahrenheit to degree Celsius. So we have 86 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, that will become 86 minus 32 times 5/9, which is equal to 30 degree Celsius. Okay, ayan. So pare-pareho po ba tayo ng sagot? Just keep on commenting po and don't forget to share our video. So in general, or in other words, if function f takes degree Celsius to degree Fahrenheit, then the inverse of the function f takes degree Fahrenheit to degree Celsius. So it means that degree C or degree Celsius, f of x, 2 degree Fahrenheit, f inverse of x, ayan na, na-introduce na natin yung ating symbol for the inverse function. Okay? Into degree Celsius. Okay? Parang nagba-bounce back lang, pabalik-balik. Okay, now, how do we take the inverse of the function? Hello, Miss March. Ayan, hinga-hinga muna tayo, kaya babati ako. Hello kay Miss March Basco Vivero. Ayan, ang aking isa sa mga former colleagues and ate sa aking pinanggalingang private school. So hello rin sa lahat ng mga taga Our Lady of Pilar Montessori Center. Ayan, so balik na tayo sa lesson natin. Okay. Step 1. Write the function in terms of y equals f of x. Okay? Okay, screen capture na natin tong steps na ito. Okay. Step 2. Interchange the x and y variables. Step number 3. Solve for the new y in terms of x. And step number 4. Rewrite the new y as f of x inverse. Okay? Itong -1, this is to be read as inverse and it indicates the inverse of our function. Ayan. Ang dahil talagang mga nanonood. Maraming salamat po. Okay, so we're going to apply those steps in our given example number 3. Let us find the inverse of f of x is equal to 3x plus 5. Ayan. So sabi ng step 1, write the function in terms of y is equal to f of x. So, anong gagawin natin? Papalitan natin si f of x as y. So, it will become y is equal to 3x plus 5. Okay. Ano ulit yung step number 2? So, I hope mag-okay naman kayo dyan or mag-comment kayo ng like or yes, nakakasunod po kami, approve or clap, clap, clap or ano man ang gusto nyong indicate na nakakasunod kayo. Okay, once again, step number 2, interchange the x and y variables. Okay? Sabi, so lahat ng x palitan ng y at lahat ng y palitan ng x. So it will become x is equal to 3y plus 5. Next step, subtract both sides by 5. Bakit po ganon, Tutor Romel? Because we are going to obtain y. Okay? So it will become x minus 5 is equal to 3y. Okay? Applying the subtraction property of equality. Next step, multiply both sides by 1/3 since we are solving for y. So this will become, or it will become, ayun, maraming salamat, Maria Crystalline Cobillo, nakakasunod siya. Okay, so how about the others po kaya? So nawa maraming nakakasunod sa ating lesson ngayon. Okay, so we have x minus 5 all over 3 is equal to y. Ayan. So, ayan ang characteristic, tatandaan na, the characteristic of whatever variables we are solving should be, it should be positive, it should be in the numerator, it must be on the left, okay, and alone. Okay, thank you sa aking physics teacher, Sir Laudencio, na nagturo ng ganong concept, okay, when we are solving for a variable or any literal equation. Okay, so may step number 4 pa tayo. Rewrite the new y as f of x inverse. Ayan, ang dami nakakasunod. Sila Elora, Shireen, and Thea. Maraming salamat po. So we have x minus 5 all over 3 is equal to f of x inverse. Ayan, pareho ba tayo ng sagot? Kung pareho, mag-comment ka na sa ating chat box or sa ating YouTube. Ang dami na rin nanonood sa ating YouTube. Ang saya-saya. Maraming salamat po. Charis, maraming salamat. Nakakasunod po kayo. Si Kylie, nakakasunod rin. Ang dami niya na ring mga comment. Ayan. Sabi rin ni Jean Gon, Eliza, sana tama yung pagbanggit ko ng name mo, ha? Ayan, nakakasunod sila. Okay, so let us now consider the graph of our given example number 3. We have f of x is equal to 3x plus 5. So we have this table of values. Ayan, si Jerome Ebañez de la Cruz, nakakasunod rin daw siya. So we have -2, -1. So just simply substitute, no? We have given x -2, -1, 0, and 1. So if x is -1, then y is 2. If x is 0, then y is 5. If x is 1, then our y is 8. So let us illustrate the graph of our given function. So this is its graph. Ayan, ang dahil nakakasunod. Just keep on commenting po at nakakataba po ng puso ang inyong mga comment. Ayan. Dami nakakasunod. Maraming salamat po. So we have, how about the inverse kaya? Okay, so kung maaalala ninyo, kahit without solving, kaya nyo nang gawin to, yung table of values niya, di ba? So mag-i-interchange lang. Tama? So -1, -2. 2, okay, 2, -1. 5, 0. Okay, 8, 1. Okay, ayan, ang daming nakakasunod talaga. Just keep on commenting. So, this is the graph of the inverse. Now, let us try to put these two graphs into one Cartesian plane. Okay, let's see what will happen. Ayun, eto na siya, Tutor Romel. Okay, the red line represents the graph of f of x is equal to 3x plus 5. And the green line here represents the graph of f of x inverse is equal to x minus 5 all over 3. So what can we observe here? Okay, it is, naku, Tutor Romel, it's symmetrical. Okay, we have here the dashed line, which represents its line of symmetry. Okay, and what is now our line of symmetry? It is y equals x. Okay, so ganun pala, no, Tutor Romel, ang line of symmetry ng function and its inverse is y equals x. Ayan. Maraming salamat rin, Kylie, sa inyong pagtutok. Kaila John Lloyd, Jasmine, Sandara, Jenny, Joanna, Melron. Ayan. Sir Romel po ako, hindi Sir Roel. Okay. Pero okay lang. Ayan. From grade 7 daw si Kylie. Ayan. So, we can say that the graph of f of x and the graph of its inverse are symmetric across the line y equals x. Ayan, sabi naman ni Jean Goni. Jean Goni po yung pagbasa sa apelyido ko. Ayun, Jean Goni pala. Apelyido pala yung Jean Goni. Okay. So, ayan. Let us have now the horizontal line test. Kung maalala natin sa function, meron tayong tinatawag, or sa graph ng function, meron tayong tinatawag na vertical line test. Sa one-to-one function, meron rin tayong tinatawag na horizontal line test. Okay, so ano kaya ang ibig sabihin ng horizontal line test? Okay, sabi, it is a visual way to determine if the graph of a function is one-to-one or not. If the horizontal line intersects the graph of a function at only one point, then the graph represents one-to-one. Okay, tingnan nga natin. Let us apply that definition sa ating example A, B, C, and D. Ayan, ang dami pong nakakasunod. Maraming salamat po. Si Nathaniel, nakakasunod rin daw siya. Si Andrea, Elizabeth, Densing, nakakasunod rin. Ayan, ang dami na rin nanonood sa ating YouTube. Maraming salamat po. Okay, so A, B, C, D. So I hope it's clear at hindi siya maliit. So is A represents a one-to-one function, applying our horizontal line test. Sige nga po, paki-comment naman po ang inyong mga sagot. How about letter B? How about letter C? And how about letter D? Okay, sige, habang naghihintay ako ng inyong mga sagot, shout out ko si Sania Magumpara. Ayan, naku, talagang naglipa na ang mga taga-Buting Senior High School. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Hello rin kay Kyla Claire Regaspi. Okay, so don't worry, yung mga may hinang internet, pwede ninyong balikan ito sa ating YouTube page. Ayan. Ayan, may sagot na si Eliza sa YouTube page ng Edtech, sa YouTube page ng DepEd Philippines, sa FB page ng DepEd Edtech Unit, at sa DepEd Tayo FB page. Ayan. Sabi ni Eliza, one-to-one function ang letter C. Tingnan natin, isa-isahin na natin. Okay, kasi limited ng konti yung oras natin. So letter A, it's not a one-to-one function. How about letter B? It's a one-to-one function. Okay, kasi applying the horizontal line test, isang beses lang mag-i-intersect yung horizontal line dun sa graph. Okay? Unlike dito, ayan, apply tayo ng pen. Ayan. Dito, along this point, okay, di ba? Okay. Dalawang beses nag-intersect. Sa letter C, tingnan natin kung tama ang sagot ni Eliza. Sabi niya, it's a one-to-one function. Ayun, oo, kasi kahit mag-drawing ka kahit saan part ng graph ng horizontal line, one time lang mag-i-intersect. Di raw, oy, may question mark pa si Sherin. Nako, napaka-showbiz naman nun. Ganun eh, no? Okay, sabi ni Sherin, not a one-to-one function. Yon, okay, ang D. Okay, tama ka rin, Sherin. Okay, kasi kapag in-intersect natin dito, di ba, at along this horizontal line, it will intersect our graph twice. Eh, sabi sa horizontal line, once lang dapat. Okay? Para maging one-to-one. Ayan. So maraming salamat po sa inyong mga pagsagot. Kay Charis, kay Christian. Ayan. Maraming salamat po. Now, let us proceed to this example. Problems involving a one-to-one or inverse function. So, it's a birthday party. Okay, who loves to party? Sige nga po. Ayan, nami-miss natin ngayon to, no? Kasi due to pandemic na nararanasan natin. Okay, so si Miles daw and Geraldine are about to celebrate their 18th birthday on the 22nd and 24th of February, respectively. They hire a party organizer to arrange everything for them. The party organizer told them that each guest in the party must pay 400 pesos. Ayan. Hello Ren, Teacher Hope Ashley Tan. Hello. Ayan, umaabot tayo sa Las Piñas. And additional for the meal, and additional 50,000 pesos to the total amount for the use and reservation of venues and other charges. Okay? So, ayan. Tingnan po natin. Okay, so what's the question here? So writing the function f in terms of x is given by, ano kaya ang sagot dito? Okay? So we have writing the function f in terms of x is given by, okay, tingnan natin. Ano kaya ang sagot? Okay, writing the function f in terms of x is given by, so we have f of x is equal to 400x plus 50,000, where x is the number of guests in the party. Ayan, comment kayo kung pareho tayo ng sagot in representing this function. Kung maaalala ninyo, we have discussed how to represent function. Okay? In a common manner, it states that the total amount to be paid in the birthday party depends on the number of guests. Yun yung kay Miles. Kung di ako nagkakamali, no? Tingnan nga natin. Ayan, sabi ni Miles, yun yung scene 1 natin. Miles considers inviting all her family, friends, and relatives that add up to 150 persons. How much should she pay after the event? Okay. So we have here, ayan, hello rin sa aking kasamahan bago tayo magpatuloy. Hello, Ma'am Brenfel Hadjan, watching from San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School. So nawarin yung mga students natin sa San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School. Hello rin sa inyo. Ayan, pwede naman tong panoorin ulit. Okay, where x is the number of guests, okay, 150 guests, and y is the amount to pay. Ayan. So, Tutor Romel, paano yung solution natin? Okay, substitute the value of x. Ayan, 150 guests. So, we have y is equal to 400 times 150 plus 50,000. Then, we have 60,000 plus 50,000. And then, we have y is equal to 110,000. So therefore, inviting 150 guests in her party, Miles should pay 110,000 pesos to the party organizer. Okay, how about scene 2? Kabaliktaran naman, no? Nagmamatter yung i-invite ni Geraldine doon sa value ng kanyang pera, which is 90,000, which is her total savings daw. So, ang tinatanong dito, how many guests? So, ano masasabi natin? It's the inverse of our equation or our function in scene 1. So, solving for the inverse of our given, okay? So, we have here now, applying the steps, we have the f inverse is equal to x minus 50,000 all over 400 means that the number of guests depends on available savings. So as you can see, okay, we have here X is Geraldine's savings. O, di ba? Naging X na yung savings. Okay? Or the money to be paid. Kanina, yun yung Y. Okay? And yung Y natin ang naging number of guests. Okay? So, substitute the value of X, which is 90,000. So, we have 90,000 minus 50,000 all over 400. Ayan. So, we have Y is equal to 40,000 all over 400. Ayan. And then we have Y is equal to 100 guests. So our conclusion, of course, hindi dapat mawawala ang ating mga conclusion sa ating mga word problems. So therefore, we can say that Geraldine can invite 100 guests with her savings of 90,000 as an amount to be paid to the party organizer. O, di ba? We are able to solve problems involving inverse function. Okay, so let us try now to graph. Okay, so for Miles, okay, ito yung kanyang mga given. So kung 50, kung 100, and 150. Para lang mag-graph natin siya, you can use a Desmos calculator. Okay, you can use your Casio class quiz. Hello kay Sir Joel Serrano. Okay, ng Casio Philippines or Casio Education Philippines. Okay, so from here we can identify the domain and range. Okay, right? So what do you think is our domain? So the domain of our f of x is from 0, okay, as you can see, up to positive infinity. How about the range? It's from 50,000, okay, comma, positive infinity. Okay. How about, okay, ayan, thank you rin Sir Lugto sa iyong pagbabahagi sa basic calculus kanina. Okay, so Geraldine considers her savings, okay, before identifying her guest in her party. Suppose we have this given inverse function. Okay, so 50,000, 0. Okay, 90,000, 100, and 100,000, or 110,000 rather, we have 150. Okay, so we have here the amount to pay in 10,000 pesos. So as you can see, no, nagpalit. Okay, yung domain or yung domain and range natin from our inverse. So therefore, the domain here will be 50,000 comma positive infinity, and our range is from 0 comma positive infinity. Okay, so I guess that would be all, no? Natapos natin ang ating objective sa araw na ito. So we are now, or you are now ready to answer the given activities. O, sige nga po, ayan, pa-extend lang po kahit mga 4 minutes. So tignan nga na po natin, what do you think is the answer for number 1 and number 2? Which of the following does not represent one-to-one function? Okay, tingnan nga natin. Ayan, habang naghihintay tayo ng sagot, again, okay, maraming salamat, Sir Erwin Lugtu. Ayan, hello din daw kay Miss Catherine Mendoro Macasiem. Ayan, isa rin sa aking mga dating co-teachers. Ayan, sabi ni, ayan na, sumasagot na si Eliza. Okay, number 1 daw is letter B. Tingnan natin. Eliza, tama ka. Ayun, congratulations. Maria Cristalyn Cobillo, yan, nag-comment siya. Ibig sabihin, nakakasunod siya sa ating lesson. How about number 2 po? Ano po kaya ang sagot natin? Ayan, tingnan po natin. Ano po ang sagot? Okay, what do you think is our answer in number 2? Ayan. So, habang naghihintay tayo, shout out ulit. Okay, maraming salamat talaga sa lahat ng mga taga-Buting Senior High School. Mukhang kayo ang school of the day para sa general mathematics. So nawa magtuloy-tuloy, no? Ayan. So lagi tayong tumutok sa ating ETUlay session. Ayan. Sabi ni Elora, ayan, Alwin, letter B. Sabi ni Eliza, number 2 is letter C. Ayan, tagasan kaya si Eliza? Parang gusto kong malaman. Okay, sabi rin nila Janela, ayan, tama po ang inyong mga sagot. How about number 3? Ayan, tingnan nga natin. What's your answer? Ayun, from Buting Senior High School pala to si Eliza. ABMC, ayan. Talagang nahakot ni Sir Erwin Lugto ang mga taga-Buting Senior High School. Maraming salamat, Sir Erwin, ha. Okay, sa number 3 and number 4 po, ano pong sagot natin? Ayan, ang daming sumasagot. from Shania, ayan, Alwin, Arjane, Nathaniel, ayan. So, nawa, mas malayo pa talaga ang marating ng ating ETUlay. Ayan. So, for number 3 ang sagot natin. Sige ha, i-reveal ko na kasi medyo nag-extend na si Tutor Romel. Ayan, number 3 is letter A. And number 4 is letter D. Ayan. So, pwede nyo naman itong balikan, no? Ayan, 3A. Ayan, maraming. So, just keep on commenting your answer. Ayan. Number 5 po. Ayan, tingnan natin. Ano kaya ang sagot dito? Which of the following graph has an inverse or is an inverse function? Is it A, B, or C? Ayan, ang daming nanonood talaga. Okay, si Eliza kaya ay nanonood mula sa FB page ng DepEd Philippines siguro, no? Or DepEd Edtech Unit. Ayan, maraming salamat for being active. Ayan, so number 5 it's letter C. Ayan naman, for this problem, ayan. Ito ang ating mga sagot. Ayan. Okay, so reveal na natin yung mga answer kasi medyo nag-e-extend na tayo. Baka pagalitan tayo ni Direk sabay ganun no? Okay. So number 5A. Ayan. So maraming salamat po. So pa-screenshot po ang mga activity na ito at pwedeng-pwede ninyong isend sa akin ang inyong sagot para ma-feature ko kayo as ETUlay Cutie of the Week Gen Math Edition. So mamaya i-reveal ko kung saan nyo isi-send ang mga sagot sa mga activities na ito. Ayan ha, paki-send dito. Ayan, so mag-iiwan ako ng kataga na ang math, kayang-kaya, tara at tutulungan kita. Itulay natin ang edukasyon hanggang sa matuto ka. Ayan, so tahanan, paaralan at komunidad, kapit-bisig tayo tungo sa kalidad na edukasyon ng ating kabataan. At ugaliing bilangin ang mga biyaya upang tayo ay laging masaya. Okay. So, dito niya isi-send ang inyong mga output sa mga activities na binigay ko ngayon. So, pwede nyo rin akong i-follow sa aking Twitter account, Twitter Education account, sa aking Wakelet, at sa aking Laika. So, maraming salamat mga ka-ETUlay. Okay, see you in our next session. Next Friday, magsama-sama tayo. So, ang next session natin, we will be having a financial literacy by tutor match. Okay? And meron rin tayong tutor for inquiries, investigation, and immersion. So, see you in our next session. God bless to everyone and to God be the glory. Okay? Maraming salamat. Shout out sa aking family dito sa Pasig na pinayagan akong mag-internet kila Tita Marisa, Tito Sario, and Ashley, Tita Del, and Nanay Carlene. Ayan, shout out sa lahat ng mga taga-SDO Pasig. Maraming salamat and see you in our next session. Bye-bye. God bless to everyone.
Sigurado ako na marami ka na namang natutuhan sa ating ETUlay tutorial session ngayong araw. Tandaan, ito ay hindi lamang para sa ating mga mag-aaral, kundi pati rin sa ating mga minamahal na guro at mga magulang na kaagapay natin para maituloy ang pagkatuto sa kabila ng nararanasang pandemya. Patuloy ding sumubaybay sa DepEd TV para sa mga araling ginawang video episodes. Mapapanood ito mula Lunes hanggang Sabado, alas 7 ng umaga hanggang alas 7 ng gabi sa inyong mga telebisyon. Abangan sa Lunes mula 1:00 ng tanghali ang iba pang aralin sa ating ETUlay free online tutorial session sa Science. I-like and subscribe at manatiling nakasubaybay sa ating ETUlay tutorial session sa DepEd Edtech Unit FB page at Educational Technology Unit channel sa YouTube at sa DepEd Tayo at DepEd Philippines social media accounts. Paalam!